But we're all about standards and values here at Smacking Off.
I'm the great smack talker on the fucking face of the earth right now.
He's just jealous of my shine.
Dane's in there tripping on acid, man. This is going to be a great episode.
I try to do my part, guys. SEC player of the year, bro. Come on, that's like being the smartest kid in your special ed class, bro. Ain't nobody take that seriously.
Are you pooping?
I believe that's what they call
You're
it.
pooping. I don't hear pee sounds, dude. You're making...
Because I would beat your goddamn brains out.
No, USC is far better than Oklahoma historically.
Don't be ridiculous right now.
You fucking talking
What the fuck are you saying about the SEC draft?
Dude, whatever you're smoking, buy a ton of it.
Meatloaf is moist as my pussy gets. I probably should have.
Jesus Christ, that hurt. I'm still going to have it.
Smacking off the podcast.
Bro, I'm gonna be a SoundCloud rapper, bro.
That is the best thing you've ever said on this show. And welcome back to Smacking Off the Podcast. I'm your host, Shannon Madden. I'm joined with my co-host and producer, Mr. Doug Phillips. Doug, how are you?
Wonderful.
I am. TUA.
Aloha, motherfucker.
Aloha, motherfuckers. Hashtag.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Hashtag the throwing Samoan.
Throwing Samoan. Tua whooped that ass, and pretty much he's now in the hearts and minds of everybody in America. We all love Tua. It's all about the Hawaiian culture. Break out the pineapples and the what else do they do there? The Lays and good times and sunshine.
He can play a fucking ukulele, dude.
Yes, like nobody's business.
Yeah, and he can sing like Don Ho.
Tiny Tim has nothing on him.
Nothing. No, he was kicking ass. They had that at halftime, and I couldn't fucking believe it.
Yeah.
He's got his falsetto down and shit. He was kicking, man. I'm gonna have to find a clip of that.
Yeah, we need. In fact, we need to try to see. Is it against NCAA bylaws if we offer him a recording contract?
E-Wave Records.
Yeah, E-Wave Records.
Sure.
And I was thinking about that the other day.
Let's do it.
Little known fact: Doug and myself used to have a record company many years ago, and there are like a bunch of angry people looking for their money.
Yeah,
because there was no money. We made $0.
we had intent.
We did. We had a lot of fun too. I think. I don't remember any fun, but
right.
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, seemed like it was. Yeah, it was pretty sad.
Yeah, we were signing artists from all over the world.
Yeah, Australia. Yeah. I can't even. What is it?
Play lunch.
Oh wow. Yeah. I hope they never hear this podcast because they're going to come beating down my door looking for
Play
some money.
lunch. Hell, she was in her 40s then.
Yeah, she's what? She's like
60.
a grandmother now.
She's 60 now.
Yeah. Smoking Pall Malls on the beach in Sydney.
Yeah. How do they talk?
What do they say? Like good day, mate, and shit.
Yeah.
What do the Australians say? She used to say something. Too right.
Too right.
Yeah, too right. I like too right. Too right was all right.
Yes.
I need to incorporate that in my conversation more often.
Hmm. All right, we got an episode tonight.
Too right.
We do, and we've got Cowboy Adam coming on, and he has a surprise for the Vol Nation and the Mountaineer Nation.
And he's also got a surprise for us because usually when we have Cowboy Adam, we kind of talk Cowboy Adam stuff and have him perform and stuff like that. But he's actually going to he's our guest picker for the evening. He's going to be picking the games coming up this weekend. So looking forward to that. We also have a little bit more of an extrapolated conversation on the whole Nick Saban, Maria Taylor post-game interview Saturday. We step off the field just having beaten Louisville very, very soundly. I mean, I don't think anybody saw that coming. Now, a lot of people figured that Alabama was going to win the game, but I don't even think that that it was going to be that lopsided. And it could have been worse.
I picked 44-17 as the score.
Yeah.
Not too far away.
Not too far away. No, it was every bit the decisive victory and then some. And then the post game interview happened, and we're going to talk more about that. I'm going to save it for the segment because I've got a few pretty strong words to say to one Mr. Paul Feinbaum, to the folks over at ESPN, and just everybody in general.
And we're going to bring on fake profiles, Landon Beeman.
Absolutely.
To weigh in on it as well.
Alabama fan extraordinaire, Justin Pike's better half. Fake Profiles, Landon Beeman.
We got Jack Cann. He's going to stop in for just a minute, and he's going to talk about fuck those VOLS.
And fuck Dave Larue, who had to eat a big, giant, huge, massive bottle of mustard.
Yeah, due to a bet with Jack Cann.
And he delivered. Dave Larue is a big, manly man with a big barrel chest.
Yep.
And delivered forth with the bet. There was no trickery involved.
He got a little mustard in his eye.
We will be showing the video during this podcast.
He got a touch of mustard in his eye. I believe it, too.
He skeeted a little mustard in his eye.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. And what else we got? Dane's coming on.
Dane Kelly?
Man, yeah. Dane Kelly and Mafileo Kifu.
Yes, and they're going to talk Texas A&M and Clemson.
Yeah, got a big matchup coming up. Of course, we've got that's going to be at College Station. Jimbo Fisher and his new digs showing out. We're going to talk more about that game and all of that kind of fun stuff.
Non più tra I farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girando, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a Tocino d'amor, delle belle turbando al riposo, Narcisetto a Tocino d'amor.
Welcome college football fans to another weekly installment of Congratulations, you lost, and your team sucks donkey balls. This week's specialists are Tom Herman, Kevin Summerlin, and G. Marble.
Just got to throw it out there. I was dead right about Tom Herman. Wasn't sold on him in the offseason, and he proved me right.
Yeah, he needs to. He's on the hot seat already.
Already, right out of the gate. You can't. I know some people have kind of, well, Maryland did beat him last year, and granted that was, Herman's first year at Texas. That's kind of to be expected. We're talking about Maryland.
Second year in a row.
We're not talking about even a second tier SEC team. We're talking about freaking Maryland.
He's got USC here in a few weeks, so it's gonna be that's gonna be interesting. USC's coming to Austin, but you've got to throw him into the hot seat. And what the fuck is up with Kevin Sumlin?
Oh man, Kevin Sumlin really, really, really bit the donkey against BYU over the weekend, and again, more of the same. It's kind of the reason he's not at Texas A&M anymore. Well, the reason he's not at Texas A&M anymore, we saw it Saturday night. I mean, he just can't bring it home.
He can't beat teams that he's supposed to beat.
Mm-hmm.
And
a lot of folks were high on Arizona. We had a lot of pack conversation in the offseason about Arizona and their chances of somehow being a dark horse rising. And man,
I've heard a little bit of rumbling about maybe BYU's better than we think. No, Arizona should have beaten BYU at home. Don't let that narrative get started. Someone drop the fucking ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course we've got the one of the top 3 highest paid coaches in the country up at Michigan, Jim Harbaugh.
Could not deliver against Notre Dame.
Everybody expected that.
Now, and again, not saying that he should have walked right in and beat Notre Dame, but that is a game that he should have been a little bit more competitive in. It was a rather low-scoring affair for both teams, particularly with that new high-powered offense and Shea Patterson at the helm at quarterback now. Ole Miss's old quarterback. Did you watch Ole Miss this weekend?
I did.
Against Texas Tech?
I did. I was impressed.
They actually looked really good, and Ole Miss, of course, is a team that has nothing to lose. They also have nothing to win. This year. No postseason for them.
I suspect they're going to score a few points on Alabama.
Well, and I've even brought it up on the podcast. Who was it? Was on Feinbaum a few weeks ago. One of the talking heads over there picked Alabama to actually possibly lose at home because they're going to be playing at Ole Miss.
Salee.
Yeah, Barrett Salee. Yeah, which I think that's a little preposterous, but I don't know. From what I saw this weekend, Ole Miss has room for improvement. And
they're going to score. They're going to score 28 on Alabama. The only problem is going to be Alabama's probably going to score over 50.
Yeah, a lot of that this season with young Tua at quarterback.
Yep.
Young Tua behind the ukulele as well.
All right, and speaking back to Harbaugh, we have our live championship first week rankings out. We've got We've got voters doing that this year. We're not. Me and Shannon are not touching these.
Nope.
These numbers whatsoever. We've got Kimberly Butts Teague is one of the voters. Timothy Bailey, Kyle Golick, and the two Seans, Sean Devine
and Sean Cagle.
No, and Sean Bergoven.
Hey Sean, how you doing?
And
we got to say hi to Sean Cagle more often. We do. We miss Sean.
I do believe that Michigan's going to have a good showing in the top 10 this week. Yeah. Actually, I already know because I'm the one that tallied the numbers. But
yeah. Excellent. Well, let's do a show.
Let's do it.
My love has come home, and my lonely days are over. And then there's a remix.
Escape across the sea to beautiful Hawaii through the musical magic of the most loved Hawaiian singer of all time, Don Ho. And now, Don Ho presents 30 all-time Hawaiian favorites for you to enjoy.
Pearly shell from the ocean, shining in the sun, covering the shore. When you see them, my heart tells me that I love you more than all those little.
You get the greatest Hawaiian hits ever written.
Tiny bubble in the wine, make me happy, make me feel fine.
To order, send $12.98 for 2 records or 2 cassettes, $16.98 for 1 compact disc to Don Ho, Box 8125, St. Paul 55108. You must agree this is the most beautiful Hawaiian music you've ever heard or money back. So don't delay. Write this address down now. Don Ho, Box 8125, St. Paul 55108. That's Don Ho, Box 8125, St. Paul, Minnesota 55108.
This segment is brought to you by Family Smack. Fuck your mama, fuck your daddy and fuck your entire family.
Please welcome West Virginia mountaineer Jack Cann.
Well, it looks like "Fuck Those VOLS" was the theme of the day.
It was.
It definitely was.
I was pretty impressed, actually.
We're going to let you send a shout-out to all your Tennessee friends.
Yeah, fuck them balls.
All right. So, as I said last week, WVU was going to win. Tennessee put up a good effort, but we were just too good.
Are you trying to be nice?
Yeah, you are. You're being nice. You don't have to be nice. You need to. There needs to be a lot more fuck you in your attitude.
All right.
Take 2. Action.
I told you all that we were going to win. Tennessee really didn't have a chance, and it showed that night. West Virginia was always in control, and there was really nothing Tennessee could do about it.
Nothing.
So, fuck Tennessee.
Stick their head between their legs and kiss their ass goodbye.
Yeah, fuck them balls. This certainly has been the best segment we have done tonight.
I know.
Hands down.
And it's almost over too.
Yeah, it's almost over.
See, how old are you now?
I'm 20-something.
Yeah, your sex don't last as long as this segment does.
No, I'm a jackrabbit. Yeah, I skied all over.
Okay, man. What do you expect out of your Mountaineers for the rest of the year?
Mountaineers are looking good.
Yeah, I think if we can stay healthy, and just keep playing, I really think 9-10 wins could be attainable.
Do you think that they might possibly have the stones to go all the way with it this year?
I think they could. Of course, it would take a little luck, but I really think they could.
I don't have the schedule in front of me. Where do you guys play Oklahoma at?
We have Oklahoma in Morgantown on Black Friday.
Ooh.
Okay, so if you could pull that game off, then you got to go back and play them in, where is it, at Arlington?
Yeah. we would have to play them the next week in the Big 12 championship game.
Oh my God, you guys really need to drop that. I mean, each team, y'all are all playing each other in the regular season. Am I right?
Yes.
There's no point to a championship game. All it can do is ruin somebody's chances of getting into the CFP.
Sure.
It's really dumb. I don't think there's a Big 12 fan that really likes it.
Right. I agree. All right, Jack, man, we had to let you come on, and, man, I'm so glad you didn't have to eat a whole bottle of mustard.
Me too.
Yeah, poor Dave. Dave Larue is probably still tasting mustard as we speak.
You know what? Let's watch that.
No.
What's going on, guys? I don't know how many of you people caught it, but I made a bet with Jack Cann earlier on the Tennessee versus West Virginia game, and they just got done smoking our fucking asses. So I'm here to man up and go through with this bet. Give me just a second. I hope this one will suffice. What's up, Matthew? I just squirted in my fucking eye. This shit burns. Alright. That's all I got. I'll finish.
See, I work construction. I build things. Do you understand how important that is to the world? I don't know if y'all realize the pressure a man like me's got on him.
Door Highways Construction. Area code 304-508-2248. Quality craftsmanship. Affordable price.
I told you 3 times already. The law's on my side.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah the river. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country road, all my memories gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky. Misty takes the moonshine, teardrops in my eyes. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country road. I hear her voice in the morning, hours through coffee. The radio reminds me of my home far away. And driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Yesterday, country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country road, take me home. Country road, take me home. Country road.
Yeah! Hell yeah, the West Virginia Mountaineer fans are going to love that.
That is one of Doug's absolute favorite songs. I know this for a fact.
Please welcome our guest prognosticator, Cowboy Adam Ingle.
Cowboy Adam, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my gosh, that was wonderful.
Hey, and the West Virginia fans are all fired up this week.
They are. They have plenty of reason to be. They just whipped the absolute living dog crap out of the Tennessee VOLS last week. At the same time, they're also playing with who I think is probably going to be one of the front runners or high on the hog right now.
Absolutely. Did you see that West Virginia-Tennessee score, Adam?
No, I didn't get a chance to watch the game.
Oh, it was 40-14.
I didn't watch the game either. I figured it would be a West Virginia win, but I didn't know it was going to be that decisive.
I watched it early enough to figure out that Tennessee couldn't run, and it was a real problem.
Yeah. But, Tennessee is not firing on all cylinders right now. They're still in the rebuilding phase.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, they've been in a rebuilding phase since, 2007?
Well, they got a new guy there
They're
now.
Build it up.
It's not Bujo. Bujo's still working for Nick Saban washing his car or something. So there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
I think give Pruitt a little bit of time and he'll get Tennessee rolling again.
I think he will. Tennessee's going to be a tough place to win for a little while with their outgoing coach. He did them no favors, that's for sure. And I think that was evident as far as where the talent's at in Tennessee. But, Pruitt's Tennessee is still very high on Pruitt. And everybody in the SEC seems to speak very well of him everywhere he's gone. He's produced results. So here's to Pruitt.
All right. Well,
we'll see how he can produce at Tennessee like he did at Alabama.
This is true.
All right, we got Adam. Cowboy Adam's going to be our guest picker tonight.
Oh, that's awesome. I love this. Cowboy Adam, are you ready? Have you looked at the games and kind of thought about it a little bit?
Somewhat.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll let you pick the first game. You have the same list that we have. You can pick it in any order you want to.
Y'all just tell me the games, and then we'll see what we can come up with.
Okay. Well, I will. I'll tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and give a little bit of local flavor and go straight to Arkansas at Colorado State.
I'm going to say Arkansas is going to go out there and win the ball game, but Colorado State is going to give them a run for their money, and I'm going to say 24-20.
Wow, okay. Sounds like a good game to watch.
It really does. Sounds like a great game to watch. How do you feel about Kentucky at Florida? There's actually a lot of folks are saying this is probably going to be one of the dark horse games of the week for the SEC.
I think the first thing that we need to discuss is the fact that Kentucky has not beaten Florida anywhere in
many years.
It goes back 31 years, I believe.
And this is at Florida, and this is a Kentucky team that's coming back with a lot of talent. A lot of people say the best running back in the SEC.
I'm going to say it was 1986, the last time Kentucky beat Florida.
God, that's a long time ago.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, you got Florida playing in the swamp.
Yep.
And that is already an automatic 7 right there.
Yep.
Sure.
And I'm going to say Florida 24-17.
All right. Yeah, I would love to see Kentucky win this game, but I'm going to have to side with you on that.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know what Florida's going to be able to produce. I know that they what was the score of the Florida game last week?
It was 50-something to 3 or something of that nature. They were playing Coastal Carolina, maybe.
Yeah, I mean that's not real. That's not like a real a serious opponent
absolutely not
like Maryland or Appalachian State.
All right,
we'll talk about those two games later on in the episode, I'm sure.
We got the SEC Mississippi State Bulldogs heading over to the Kansas State Wildcats.
Manhattan, Kansas.
Yes.
You ever been there?
I have not.
It's kind of nice.
Got to go on the road to Manhattan, and we all know that sometimes Manhattan is a tough venue to get out with a W.
It really is. The Jordan Hare of the Midwest.
Yeah, and Bill Snyder, man, that guy.
Yeah.
That guy's got it going on.
He does. That's his house.
I'm going to predict this game as an upset. Kansas State 17, Mississippi State 10.
Wow. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling good about Mississippi State on this one. Fitzgerald should be back for this game. Of course, it was very unusual that he was suspended right before the game. Their opener, of course, they didn't have much of a challenge. They won a very decisive victory. I was 60.
I'll tell you what, I will
60-something to 7 or something. I can't remember.
I will definitely take Mississippi State seriously if they go to Manhattan and win.
Yeah, even if it's by the slimmest of margins. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, one of the bigger games of the week, definitely the biggest game in the SEC. Georgia at South Carolina.
Yeah.
Let's see, Kirby Smart. He kind of showed me what he could do on his own last year, taking them to the national championship game, and that was a big plus right there. I give him credit for that.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, they're going on the road to Columbia, South Carolina, where it is very, very hard to play at in Jordan. I don't know the name of the stadium like y'all do. I don't. But I'm going to say they're going to eke out a squeaker at Columbia 30-27.
Wow. Man, that sounds like another great game to watch.
Oh, yeah.
If it goes that way. All right. Now, this one right here used to be a staple every year in the Big 8 and then the Big 12. Colorado, which has now moved over to the Pac, and Nebraska, who has moved to the Big 10.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing. Colorado's actually heading to Nebraska this weekend.
Wow!
And that used to be a staple game every year. It used to be a big game. It wasn't Oklahoma, Nebraska, but it was probably next best.
So this is the game where we finally get to see if Scott Frost is really gonna make it happen there.
Probably not, but
maybe.
That I will agree with you. We'll see if this fun and gun offense that he brought from Central Florida can manufacture yards and points in the Big 10. That's what I still call it, the Big 10. And I say Nebraska 20, Colorado 10.
Man, we got some defensive games going on here.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about and this is now actually a very interesting game. Penn State at Pitt.
Well, we know that
that
Pitt
used to be a big game back in the 70s and 80s.
That's kind of a big game now because that's a very easily winnable game for Pitt. Penn State really, I mean, what happened there?
They looked terrible, but that doesn't mean that
they did walk away with the win. So that officially makes them, and I'm sure all the Penn State fans, Kyle Golick's out there.
Here's your problem.
Pumping his fist right now.
Here's your problem with this is that Appalachian State is pretty good. And they just don't get noticed for that. But
this is true. But I mean,
they usually win 9 or 10 games.
They're not supposed to square up against Penn State, which is a dark horse to continue. Well, not really a dark horse, but it's favored to be a contender in the Big Ten this year.
Well, we seen a lot out of Pittsburgh last year.
Yeah.
And we knew exactly what they were all about. And I'm going to say, where are they playing this game at? Pitt or Penn State?
This
game's at Pitt.
Yeah, at Heinz Field.
I'm going to say Pittsburgh 27, Penn State 25.
Ooh, upset.
Upset special. I like it. That would be extremely interesting. Of course, that would pretty much crush Penn State's hopes for any kind of season after that point.
U is for the underful fresh flavor. N is for the nutty things it do. C is for the cola it's even prettier than. O is for the one that satisfies you. L is for the light that you've been seeing. A is for the anything it goes with. And when you put it all together, it's Uncola. And that's 7-Up. Everybody knows.
You are now listening to Smacking Off the Podcast. Like and comment on our damn videos. Subscribe to our fucking channel. I really hate you dumb fuckers need to be told that. You should have already subscribed. Jesus fucking Christ.
All right, biggest game in the pack this week. USC at Stanford.
That's a big game.
Yeah, Stanford's
Very
actually
big game.
10 now. Are they 10?
Over the years, Stanford usually had USC's number for about 4 or 5 years straight there.
Yeah.
But I think USC is up and rolling again. I didn't catch their box score this past Saturday or anything.
They struggled for a little while, but they end up surging right toward the end.
And this game is at USC or Stanford?
This game's at Stanford.
At Stanford.
Well, we already know that's 7 points for Stanford anyway. And I'm going to say 21-17 Stanford.
Wow.
Okay. Close games. A lot of close games on this one.
All right, and we've got Michigan State, which were highly talked of before the season started. They barely got out with a win last week against Utah State. They're heading to Arizona State, and Herm Edwards is Sun Devils? Yeah, they're called the Sun Devils.
Yeah, those are the Arizona State Sun Devils, yes.
Arizona State produces a lot of porn stars. Just throwing that out there. They do.
That's true.
They're kind of ticked off about it, too. Apparently, there's been a bunch of lawsuits.
Got to be known for something.
I think so. They have some very lovely ladies out in Arizona State. I've definitely done a lot of research.
So the Spartans, they struggled their ass off last week. Arizona State, I don't know what they did last week. I would actually have to look that up.
They played a game. I think they played a game. I'm pretty sure they did. I know Arizona did, and they Kevin Sumlin proved once and for all that Kevin Sumlin is still Kevin Sumlin. You got to do it on the thing. Why I'm getting old, man. I really, they played BYU. The BYU coach looks like a math teacher. He's got like a really thick mustache.
All right, so Arizona State beat University. Texas San Antonio.
Yeah,
49-7.
Yeah, that happened.
And Michigan State, they won. I'm going to say by a touchdown over Utah State at home.
Yeah.
And this one's at Arizona State.
Pretty close game, and it was actually it looked like it was going to be an upset there for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Arizona State 14, Michigan State 10.
Man, you were picking some defensive battles here.
I really hope it works out this way too, because I'm really looking forward to some football this week. I felt like I kind of got gypped last week. I did watch a little bit of Ole Miss. I don't know why. I have no idea why I watched the Ole Miss game, but I did.
All right. We got two more, and let's go ahead and save the best for last. UCLA at Oklahoma.
Well, going to Norman.
Yep.
Okay.
Oklahoma fans are beating their chest over that massive, huge win against FAU.
They are.
Yeah.
Wow, Florida Atlantic. Wow.
Lane Kiffin. Yeah. I don't know why anybody would be happy about that unless you're like UAB or something.
UCLA lost to Cincinnati last week at home.
Wow.
They were at home in Los Angeles.
Wasn't it? That was Tuberville's old team, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where he landed after Auburn.
Yeah.
After he cashed all them Auburn checks after he got fired.
Let's see. Oklahoma 40, UCLA 10.
So you think is Oklahoma going to make a run this year? Or they headed back to the playoffs?
I feel like if they have this opportunity to go a long way, yes.
They
kind of right some of the wrongs that happened to them this past season.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I mean, really, the only thing that happened to them wrong in the past season was losing in the last few minutes to Georgia. I mean, Oklahoma fans have nothing to be ashamed about what they were able to accomplish last season, except for that Iowa State loss. I'm sorry, I'll bring that up for 20 years from now because that loss was so beautiful to see them go in the midfield after Baker and all of his shenanigans at the Ohio State game and pull the exact same thing. It was beautiful. It really was.
All right.
I cried.
Let's tackle the the biggest game of the weekend, and that is number 2 Clemson at Texas A&M at College Station.
Yeah. College Station is tough place to win.
It is, and Texas A&M had over 500 yards rushing. I know it was against nobody last week. That's still a lot of yards rushing.
And the good thing is that Texas A&M's new coach knows plenty about playing Clemson.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jimbo Fisher.
Yep.
Going down to Aggie Land, and that's Kyle Field is a very, very tough place to come out with a W. And I think that Clemson is going to find out that same message that I just said. It's going to be very, very hard because A&M will be prepared. And I'm going to say A&M 30, Clemson 23.
Man, that's the biggest upset you've picked. Hey, does Melissa have a prediction on that one?
32. Texas 32. Doesn't want to start 28.
32 to 28.
32 to 28. Now, yeah, that's my kind of game right there.
Mm-hmm.
How's your burn doing? Did you get it all healed up? I hadn't talked to you in a while.
Yeah, so it's healed.
Well, good.
I enjoy coming on the program.
We love having you on. We've got a special place in our heart for Cowboy Adam. Always.
Right.
You're a superstar. You're the biggest star we have on the show, hands down. A bigger star than Bobby Wesson himself. I'm going to go ahead and say that right now.
I'm not sure Cowboy knows who Bobby Wesson is, though.
Bobby Wesson knows who Cowboy Adam is, though.
That's for
Bet
damn
your
sure.
ass. Bet your ass.
Well, I'm just Adam. I do what I do,
and you do it so well, man. We really appreciate having you on the show, man. You're awesome, always, as always.
I'm kind of doing double duty today, or correction tonight.
Oh, okay. So are you in corrections now?
No, I'm doing your show, and whenever I get off of here, I'm gonna have to go into my show mode.
Oh, okay. You doing a show tonight? Well, Cowboy, we're gonna book. We got a bunch of other segments we got to do tonight. It was so great to have you on as always.
Good luck on your show tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely send us a link, and we will post it everywhere that we possibly can.
Well, it's on the Cowboy Adam page.
Hey, man, we really appreciate you. Take it easy, man. Bye, Melissa.
Bye.
Y'all be careful out there. Thank you once again.
Night, guys.
If you want to win the game, you gotta take a good aim and get the most marbles with your hippo. Playing Hungry, Hungry Hippos. Hungry, Hungry Hippos.
Hungry, Hungry Hippos is the name of the game, and whoever hippo gets the most marbles wins.
Playing Hungry, Hungry Hippos. Hungry, Hungry Hippos. I win!
Hungry, Hungry Hippos, new from Hasbro.
Our audio-only podcast is hosted at podcastgarden.com/podcast/smackingoff. Or find us on Google Play Music. Or on iTunes.
All right, Coach, everyone had questions about who was going to start at quarterback when this game started. What answers did you have about your quarterbacks after watching both of them play tonight?
Well, I still like both guys. I think both guys are good players. I think both guys can help our team. All right, so why do you continually try to get me to say something that doesn't respect one of them? I'm not going to, so quit asking.
I hear you.
#FakeBro.
What's up?
What up, Landon Beeman? How are you doing this evening?
Good. How are y'all doing?
I'd be doing a whole lot better if I didn't have to think about what we're fixing to talk about in a minute, because it makes me angry in my head. The Nick Saban post-game interview with that little tart from I better not say that. Everybody will get pissed off at me. I've already pissed off everybody about this whole subject anyways over the past 48 hours. In fact, right here we're going to have to put the meme up, the meme that I made today, because I posted it in a Tide group. What is it?
Rolling with the Tide?
No, it's like Roll Tide, get ready to roll or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyways, they have like 60,000 members, and I posted this beautiful meme that you see before you now. Doug is showing it to us as we speak.
And you pissed off 30,000 of them, didn't you?
Pissed off. It could have been 30,000, but they went ahead and yanked the post. And it was simply a picture of Bill Clinton from the Aretha Franklin funeral, admiring Ariana Grande, and then Bill was really into her performance, and then. Of course, there's another picture with Bill half falling asleep with some older middle-aged
heavy
set gospel singer.
Yeah.
And basically, the picture of him staring at Ariana Grande like she's a delicious burrito. Basically, you had me, and then over Ariana Grande as well. You see the meme. It's pretty salacious. So my point is that first off, Nick Saban had absolutely zero to apologize about.
Right. I would agree.
I have listened I've listened to that clip probably about 36 times in a row to figure out why people were so up in arms about it. He said nothing salacious. People have in online threads, and this is just being online for the past 48 hours talking about this with various either Alabama fans, Alabama haters, whatever. There's really either these days you're an Alabama fan or you absolutely hate Alabama. There is no gray area these days. I guess that comes with success, but my problem is this is right on the heels of the whole Urban Meyer thing.
Right.
And I really feel like and forgive me, I kind of alluded to this before we got on the air. I have not told Doug what I'm fixing to say, and he's already bracing himself. The whole Urban Meyer thing was pretty much, as far as the media is concerned, was a win for them. They were able to create a story that it pretty much was a non-story. Nobody was talking about this. The assistant coach was fired unceremoniously. No big deal. Let's move on. Let's move on with the season. And then right before the season started, this whole story blew up, and it blew up from a ex-employee of ESPN that they had just let go of, Brett McMurphy. And of course, he took the ball and ran with it, and the rest of the media followed him. So we already had this huge public disgrace of Urban Meyer, and there's a lot of people that have a lot of different opinions about it. I believe we've discussed it ad nauseum on this podcast. Right. So okay, but that situation's over. Urban Meyer got his 3-game suspension. Whether you believe he deserved that, whether some people believe that he should have been fired, some people believe that he should have at least lost the whole season. I don't know, whatever. So fast forward, we have a very salacious story brewing in Alabama with the quarterback battle. Here we have this wonderfully, admired, national championship caliber quarterback in Jalen Hurts with a very stellar record. But we've got this stud out there and ready to just throw all over the goddamn place. And we finally let him loose in the national championship game, and he is the reason that we won the national championship game, not Jalen Hurts.
Very true.
Went to the spring game, which was right a week after Jalen Hurts' father reached out to the media and gave his opinion about what Jalen should be doing, which really disrupted a lot of, disrupted the locker room down at Bryant-Denny.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw the spring games, and Jalen Hurts just got out there, dropped his drawers, and just took a big shit on the field. The third string, Matt Jones, just Just it really
shit all over him.
I mean, it wasn't even close. It was bad. And of course, TUA was out with a hand injury.
Right. I mean, it was pretty bad.
So now here we are, opening week against Louisville, a somewhat formidable opponent, or at least that's what we thought until we saw the final score. Of course, we start TUA. TUA comes out and delivers in spades. I mean, just like is throwing it all up and down the place. Is responsible for 5 scores, and then Jalen comes out and is able to. He
got a couple first downs, I think, didn't he?
He did. Got a couple first downs and quite a few. Ended in quite a few punts.
Yeah.
It looked completely lost. Looked like, I don't know. He looked like a 3rd, 4th string quarterback. He looked like he did not belong on the field at all, except for maybe against Citadel.
Yeah. Yeah. I completely agree. I was there. I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
Yeah. So here we are at the end of the game. Nick Saban walks off the field, knowing full well pretty much what he has to do now as far as managing the rest of the season. We already know who our quarterback is. And, well, poor Maria Taylor comes out and asks the one question that any reporter that was going to trot out there was going to ask.
Yep.
Because it was the most salacious and most, that was the underlying story for the whole entire game. Now, let's go ahead and forget about the absolute complete team effort that led to the final score in that Louisville game. No, we're just going to go ahead and talk about the 2 quarterbacks real quick. Now, and again, I understand the conversation that the question was going to come up.
Right.
But to come immediately out of the field, or just right out of the gate, let's go ahead and talk about the one big salacious story. Let's continue this salacious story. And Nick basically just put his boot on and stamped that story down right quick.
But, I mean, he wasn't mad. He was actually smiling.
Absolutely not. Was very direct. And the statement that he gave was a blanket statement to the media. It wasn't directed personally at her. Fuck no.
And she wasn't mad, by the way.
No, she rolled with the punches. She said, "I feel you," and then immediately started off with the total yardage, which probably should have been her first question if you want to get down to it.
Mm-hmm.
When you go out on a date with a really hot girl, you don't immediately start jamming your hands down her pants. No, you got to kiss her a little bit,
you got to ease into the
But now, y'all think about this for a second. You see what this has become, right?
Mm-hmm.
She asked the right question. If she don't ask that question, then we don't have this big story. I mean, she is all over the news on account of this.
Well, and that's my point, and that's where I'm really, really pissed off about this whole thing. Because, again, it is yet another example of the media creating the story and then them running with it.
Yeah.
And we've seen this so much, and again, regardless of which side you lead politically, on the left or on the right, we've tossed around the term fake news a lot in modern-day society. And this is the epitome, the absolute epitome of what fake news is. The media generates a story that really should just be kind of a minor footnote, and they turn it into this great big thing.
There's a lot of Saban hate. They knew it would sell.
There's a lot of Saban hate, absolutely.
They knew it was going to sell because of that.
Yeah. But at the same time, though, she didn't trot out on the field and ask that question on her own accord. Come on now. There was a producer, shoved something in her hand. This is what we want you to say. I mean, she works for a big corporation. Come on now. Nobody that works for a big corporation like ESPN makes any decisions on their own before they crack a mic. Bet your ass on that. Maybe Paul Feinbaum.
So, Landon.
And I'm going to get to him in a minute.
Do you think that Saban should have apologized?
I mean, for a PR move, should he have apologized? Yeah, I guess so, personally.
Just to take the steam off of the whole thing.
And that's why he apologized. Let's go ahead and get that straight right now. He didn't apologize because he really deep down in his heart of hearts felt like he did the wrong thing or said the wrong thing. It was a very cold, calculated answer, regardless of the tone that it was delivered in.
Right.
Yeah,
right. Oh, I completely agree.
So, and again, I'm not saying this. I mean, maybe part of me is saying this as an Alabama fan, but mostly I'm a fan of the media and how the media works. Long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I actually went to school for broadcasting, and I worked in radio here in the Birmingham area for a year and a half or so. And I didn't really do much of anything. I'm not a corporate guy, and it just didn't work out. But the media has always fascinated me. I've always been interested in how the media works, how stories develop, and so on and so forth. And when this story first came up, it's like, here we go again. We got to have, it was the rat poison statement coming back to haunt him. Is exactly what that was. And it's funny that I say that because during the news cycle of this quote unquote non-story that got blown from every single rooftop, there was a lot of that, a lot of reference of that one statement. I think Shannon Sharp had said it on Fox Sports at one point about the rat poison, and of course several other people followed suit. The media is still pissed off about that. Mm-hmm. They really are. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, that kind of goes back to what I'm talking about the whole Urban Meyer thing.
At Regions Bank, we know it's tough for college students to manage their money. That's why sometimes we bring in extra help.
Young lady.
It matches.
No.
But it's really pretty though, look.
Regions, official bank of the SEC.
Please visit smackingoff.com for all of your smacking off news.
We live in a day and age, particularly with, and some people have tried to erroneously tie this in with the whole Me Too movement, or there have even been a couple little clickbait things on Facebook that I've seen that intimated that race had something to do with it. And none of that, absolutely none of that had anything to do with this. Because Saban was making a blanket statement to the media when he said what he said.
I'm going to say this, though. I think Saban is very uncomfortable with the situation right now. I think that Saban really is.
He likes Tua. He likes Tua. Tua's doing a damn good job.
I think
but he also loves Jalen and has spoken highly of Jalen throughout his whole career.
But here's the thing: to sit and pretend that we have a tandem quarterback situation, we don't.
No,
we don't. And I think that's what Saban wants.
It's not a competition. It's not.
Well,
hey, you cut out. Say that again.
I said it's not a competition.
No, it's definitely not a competition at all.
No.
But I don't know. I don't know where we go from here.
I think Nick wants it to be, though. But I don't think he's lost control of the narrative here. He has. It still don't make what he did worthy of a news story of what he told the girl.
No,
that's Nick. That's Nick.
And it certainly didn't. It wasn't anything that elicited an apology either.
Mm-mm.
So I don't know, for people to take a high moral stance now, and when Nick, or even suggest, Nick really did the right thing here and this, that, and the other. No, it was a PR move. I mean, it was clear cut.
Well, also, I think it was a message to Jaden's parents that I'm not going to let a reporter disrespect your child. I'm his coach, and I'm going to sit here and I'm going to defend your child regardless of what everybody may say about him behind the scenes.
Yeah, I never really thought of that.
Well, I think Jalen's parents, his dad in particular, was the one that really set this whole thing off. It's really tough. And again, going back to the rat poison statement, he got a little bit of it in the offseason. He heard a lot of the people shouting 2 and 26, Tua, aloha motherfucker.
Oh, hold on, that was Landon that started that shit.
Aloha motherfucker.
Hashtag aloha motherfucker.
Yeah.
He got a little bit of that rat poison online and decided he would go ahead and talk to the first hot mic that was in front of him, and which is clearly a no-no. I mean, and I don't know if you've noticed this, but a lot of Alabama players, Jalen Hurts in particular, have been more vocal on social media, on the area radio shows and stuff like that, which is unusual during the Saban era.
Mm-hmm.
The Saban era, usually we get the news as it's going down. There is no, spoiler alerts here in Tuscaloosa.
Right. What were you saying, Landon?
Well, I mean, I think also a lot of it that a lot of people haven't thought about is a recruiting aspect of it. A lot of recruits saw Saban sit right there and defend a player of his own, in the heat of the moment like that. And I think
a player that, quite frankly, due to his playing or lack thereof, didn't quite deserve it.
Yeah, I mean, he sat there and he defended his player regardless of how he did in front of the media. And a lot of recruits, and especially a lot of recruits' parents, want to see that. Their coach defends him or defends your child and all that stuff. So I feel like that was a lot of it as well. But see, when I saw the question being asked after the game, I didn't get to watch the game on TV, so I did not know before the game even started. Maria Taylor asked Nick Saban, who's going to be the starting quarterback, and he responded and was like, you want to wait in about 30 seconds when they all trot out on the field? I mean, we've waited this long, might as well wait an extra 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So I didn't even know she did that. So I thought after the game, her opening question should have been something like, how big was this win for you and all that stuff, and kind of ease him into the situation, and then ask him what he thought about the play of each quarterback.
Yeah.
Instead, she rolled right in with the quarterback's
jammed her hands right down the pretty girl's panties.
I think it was I think it was a great move.
Yeah,
I'm not joking. It was a great move because we're talking about it now.
I mean, again, logistically, yeah, I get it from the media's perspective, but I still say from the human perspective, it was shitty the way it went down. It really was, and it's shitty that Nick had to take the brunt of it, because I really feel.
I don't know. Nick probably using it just like Landon said. Nick used that for an opportunity to show that he will stick up for his players.
Yeah, and trust me, that goes a long, long way with a parent of a recruit that's sending their child, far away to Tuscaloosa if they happen to be an out-of-state child, and knowing that he has their back like that.
Yeah. I still think it's shitty that he had to apologize for it, though. I really do.
I just don't think he wanted it to become a big issue at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He got the message across that he was trying to get across, and it's still there, even though he apologized. I don't know why. Did he apologize for the tone?
Well, no. The tone is what has been popping up in a lot of conversations, both on television, on the cable news shows, and, of course, all over online. Because that's the only thing that you can really fault him for. Or because it certainly wasn't anything he said.
No.
I mean, that's why I went back and listened to it 3 dozen times. Did he accidentally include "you bitch" in the middle of it or something like that? No, absolutely not.
Right.
He was about as classy as he possibly could be, with being as pissed as he was being asked that question.
I've seen several Auburn fans saying that it was a classless move and all this shit. And I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah,
this is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, speaking of somebody saying it's a classless move, Mr. Paul Feinbaum. And I listened to a little bit of the broadcast today. He's still taking heat for it, a lot from Alabama fans, I might add. And he's still pretty indignant about it because, again, that's one of his co-workers. Let's go ahead and get that straight right now. He has to work with this lady and see her on a pretty regular basis.
Right.
So, yeah.
And she's bigger than he is. She could probably kick his ass.
She probably could. Paul's what, about like 125 wet?
105.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got that. He's always, he kind of has that Don Knotts frame. Yeah.
What do you think about the Tide, Landon?
Man, let me tell y'all something. I ain't never seen a fucking offense like that shit.
No, you're right. Not at Alabama.
You score a fuck ton of points, and I don't care how much film you got on Tua. I don't give a flying fuck if he played one half. You cannot fucking stop that.
You can't prepare for that. No, he's special.
If having film and 5-star athletes and all that good shit was how you stop a great quarterback, Alabama would have shut down Deshaun Watson in 2015 and then in 2016.
True.
It doesn't matter. When it's an offensive game now, especially with the hurry-up, no-huddle, you can't defend it. When the play breaks down, there is no defense that can stop it. You may have a defense right then that you run, oh shit, the cover 3 worked. But when that man runs out of the pocket, all bets are off then. A DB can't cover a receiver for that long, and you can't cover Alabama's 5-star receivers.
And he is sick how accurate he is.
If you decide to run like a quarter defense, something like that, and literally play the pass, then here comes 5 fucking 5-star offensive linemen blocking your guy, blocking 3 down linemen you got, and then here comes a 5-star running back behind him. I mean, it's Alabama with a dangerous quarterback is not what college football fans want to see, except for Alabama fans, obviously.
And Louisville is not Furman. You know, they're not. They're
we'll
not
find out about Louisville.
No. Yeah, they're not. They're not a second-tier program. I'm not saying that Louisville's suddenly going to make a run for the national championship after this little.
Louisville may win. They may win some games this year.
Yeah, they're going to win some games. Petrino's a good coach. I mean, they have a decent program. This game wasn't supposed to be as lopsided as it was, and that's largely due to Tua's performance.
Right. It would have been worse. Had we not put in Jalen for a couple series, it would have been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Oh God, when Jalen was in there, all Louisville did, they ran cover 0. They stacked the box. Sometimes even ran a 5-2 defense on us, and they literally just shut him down. It was a joke. But when Tua came in, Van Gorder, Louisville's DC, all he knew to do was just blitz the hell out of Alabama. That's why the first drive, Tua took that sack. I mean, our right guard literally missed the dude. I don't know what the fuck he was doing. But anyway, I mean, that's all he knew to do. Just blitz the hell out of Alabama and hope you can get to Tua before he even gets the ball off. Because if you give him time to throw, he'll kill you.
Yep.
And we're just talking about the offense. This says nothing about the defense, which held Louisville scoreless until the first-string defense finally left the game.
Right.
And took some pity on them in the last few
the
minutes.
defense looked better than I thought it was going to look.
Yeah.
Because we know Bobby Petrino. He did his homework. If Bobby Petrino is about, I would put him in the top 5 offensive coordinators in the country at any time.
Yeah.
I mean, really. And well, okay, so we don't have Lamar Jackson. So what? Lamar Jackson wasn't really a Bobby Petrino style quarterback. Yeah. This guy, what's his name?
Jawan Pass.
Yeah, he's actually more of a Petrino style quarterback. I think he's going to be a good quarterback.
Yeah, oh yeah. The thing that people don't understand, you can't judge a man's performance by if he sucks against Alabama.
No, you're right.
No,
I mean, if you did that, Leonard Fournette would be the sorriest NFL running back in America.
Right.
True story.
But I mean, but also you can judge it because if they go out and ball out like Deshaun Watson, then obviously you have something. I mean, unless this coming up NFL season, he turns out to be absolutely awful. But what he played last season, he did pretty damn well from what I remember.
Yeah.
Well, Landon, we're gonna have to boot. We've got a full schedule tonight.
Full house. Yeah.
Go for it, guys. I got a fantasy football draft coming up anyway.
All right, man.
We appreciate you, man. We will definitely be talking to you soon.
Absolutely. Thank y'all. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Talk about winning championships. They're a champion. They've won the biggest championship, and that's a championship of life.
Each week, Smacking Off presents our Life Championship Top 10. This week's Life 10 is brought to you by Bad Month Tires. You don't have the slack for Goodyear, so why not aim for the middle? Bad Month Tires, the most economical tire money can buy. Also brought to you by Doyle Hargrave Construction.
Stay out of my goddamn face, you fucking buzzard.
Also brought to you by Dapper Dan Pomade.
Well, I don't want fuck, goddammit. I'm a Dapper Dan man.
And now, this week's Life Championship Top 10. Number 10, the Florida State Seminoles. Number 9, the Georgia Bulldogs. Number 8, the Auburn Tigers. Number 7, the Michigan State Spartans. Number 6, the Tennessee Volunteers. Number 5, the Washington Huskies. Number 4, the Miami Hurricanes. Number 3, the Texas Longhorns. Number 2, the Penn State Nittany Lions. And our number 1 team, numero uno most likely to take the Life Championship for 2018. The Michigan Wolverines.
Please welcome Mafileo Kifu and Dane Kelly to Smacking Off the Podcast.
Oh no, I'm in the laundry room. That's the jar there, bro.
I was hoping that you were going to say like there's like an orgy going on. Because it really kind of sounds like meat slapping up against each other. So, yeah. That would have been so pimp if you'd said that. Like, yeah, there's just an orgy going on in the background. Don't mind them. Y'all keep it down.
Mafileo, does your Aggies have a chance in this game?
That didn't sound very confident right out of the gate. That's not that's not a sound that confident people make.
Hey, Jimbo knows a little bit about Clemson.
He does.
Jimbo is he's a winner. You know what I mean? He's bringing a winning atmosphere to A&M. It's been a while since we've tasted that, but man, number 2, man, right number 2.
That's just the ranking, man.
Yeah,
I just don't want to lose by 30, man.
So you're just praying that it's not going to be a horrible loss.
Yeah.
But but you're pretty confident that it's probably going to be an L.
I'm pretty confident that it's probably going to be an L, just because that's the football fan speaking.
Okay, well, I guess the segment's over. Y'all have a good, and it's great to talk to y'all tonight. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you.
I think it'll be a pretty good game, actually.
Let me tell you this.
I happened to watch that game against Northwestern State, and I mean, A&M's defense looks pretty impressive to me. They're long and they're very athletic. So
I watched that game as well, and
I think both of their cornerbacks are over 6 feet tall, which is not something you see very often.
Are you taking a shower, Dane?
Yeah, Dane, you sound like you're calling from a payphone in a shower.
I am not in the shower.
You are in the shower, aren't you? You said something about walking around the house naked.
I just got out of the shower, but I'm not in the shower.
Is the shower still running?
You need to turn that water off.
Yeah,
there's no water running. That is not me.
You sound awful tonight. You really do. Are you okay?
I appreciate that.
Well, I mean, I just want to make sure you're okay, like you weren't kidnapped or something, like, being forced to, not reveal your location, walking around naked.
If anybody kidnapped me, they would return me with the quickness.
Why? Or you would be a bad person to kidnap?
Yes.
Why?
I won't go into details.
I want details, motherfucker. That's why I do this podcast. I do this podcast strictly for details.
Dane will definitely shoot a motherfucker.
Private talk.
Oh, well, you said you were naked. You
Dane
started
don't
this
have no gun.
Yeah, Dane ain't got no gun.
Yeah, I have no gun.
Dane is he's one of those snowflake liberals people.
Yeah, that's me. I went and bought a pair of Nikes today, guys.
You haven't caught your Nikes on fire yet, have you? Your
no, of course
special edition Clemson Nikes.
Fortunately for me, LeBron is with Nike, so therefore I would never.
Oh God!
So you'd already dropped Nike a ways back, anyways.
Yeah. No, man, I'm with Colin Captain America or whatever the fucking name.
Man,
you sound really charged up about this whole cause.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it until this morning, and I kind of chuckled when I heard about it. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
You sound absolutely
you just trailed
awful.
Off.
Your audio is it's deplorable.
Is it bad? Hold on a second.
Are you on a BlackBerry? Are you using a BlackBerry?
Yeah, he's using a BlackBerry. Dane is very tech savvy.
BlackBerry was cool back in the day, right?
It was.
Oh yeah.
My BlackBerry still is cool.
I had a Pearl back in 07.
I had a Priv back in 2016.
I had one of those Nokia brick phones that you could play Snake on.
Oh shit!
That was
I used
awesome.
to pop up at the movies and play Snake and dominate.
Oh yeah.
Man, I'm going to throw this out there about this game. If Texas A&M gets half of what they got against, right?
What'd you say about? Go on, say that again.
If Texas A&M gets half of the rushing yardage that they got against Northwestern State, if they get 250 yards rushing, this is going to be a damn good game. And
you know what? I was talking about the O-line with my buddy earlier today. I was talking about the O-line, and he was asking me what did I think about the O-line, and I was like, man, it's hard because I didn't really watch them in the offseason or anything, so I don't. And then watching them versus Northwestern State, I couldn't really, you know what I mean? I couldn't really give a grade. So I agree. If we can get half the rushing yards, maintain the clock, you know what I mean?
Yep.
That's always the best game plan against powerhouse teams. You want to run the ball and keep the clock on your side.
Yep. Well, you know Jimbo knows what to do. Does he got the players to do it? That's the big question.
Yeah,
he knows how to lose to Clemson. I think he's lost 3 in a row, right?
This is true. Hang on, let me Google this real quick.
2018. They played in 2016.
While you're figuring this out, does anybody want to talk about the Eminem and MGK feud right now, or is that
what school?
Let's talk about Eminem and MGK for a minute.
Okay.
The feud going on between those two. Any thoughts?
Yeah, all right, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can. Oh, you sound way better now.
Oh, wow.
Now, yeah, let's talk about Eminem and MGK now.
What are we talking about?
Great subject. Great
Eminem and MGK are in a feud right now, and I think it's...
Oh, man, Machine Gun Kelly murdered his ass.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Oh, that's what the consensus is right now on the face wall.
I'm going to have to go ahead and throw this out there right now. I don't have a fucking clue who Machine Gun Kelly is.
You know who Eminem is.
I know who Eminem is. Who don't?
Yeah.
Not Chad Kelly, the real Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh, I got you.
Chad Kelly? No way. From Ole Miss?
Yeah, that guy.
No, from where the
Dallas.
fuck is he at now?
Wasn't he in Dallas?
Is he in Dallas or is he in Denver?
No, I'm talking about I'm talking about the TV show Dallas.
Oh, that was J.R. Ewing.
Yeah, that was J.R. Ewing. I'm sorry. I always get those.
You know when you come at somebody like Eminem, Eminem is just one of those guys that he's one of those guys. First of all, that has a diamond album. This is what he does. Battle rap. That's like it's like playing Kobe 1-on-1. You're not gonna win. Like that's what he does. Like that's his everyday job to battle rap. And I just think, even though he's in his 40s, I think he's about to come back and absolutely obliterate MGK. But that's just my opinion.
I will say this, and again, I'm not a huge rap guy. There's some stuff I like. I'm pretty old school in my taste as far as the hip hop goes. I'm a big Ghetto Boys fan. For instance.
Okay, yeah.
That's how old I am. Put it that way.
I am from Houston, so.
Oh yeah, represent. But yeah, Scarface was actually arrested not far from here in a hotel room doing hotel room stuff.
I got a video with Scarface, man. I was at the mall, saw him, took a video.
No, not Scarface. Bushwick Bill.
Oh yeah.
He's rapping for Jesus now or some shit.
God, get out of here.
No, it's a true story. Hey, you can look it up. I want to say
for Jesus, baby.
Yeah, it's
it
a
don't
thing.
Get no better than that.
Yeah, it's a thing. Yeah, you can't really protest that.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
It's like protest proof. Rapping for Jesus. Oh shit.
Well, which Jesus is he rapping for? Is
not Smack Jesus. I can assure you that. Nobody raps to Smack Jesus anymore. And what happened to Russ? Russ just kind of disappeared.
Do they even know who Russ is?
I think everybody knows who Smack Jesus is.
Do they really?
Yeah.
So, Muffy, who should I be looking out for? Good God. Shoot that damn thing.
Hey, we will have none of that here on Smacking Off the Podcast. We're all about friendliness and love toward all the animals.
At this very moment, on the campuses of Texas A&M, we are committed to creating new teaching methods to help children with autism find their voice. Coming up with new cures to fight cancer by treating it in man's best friend. And developing innovative smart grids to power the cities of tomorrow. So when called to take on the world's challenges, we don't hesitate. We step up.
Our audio-only podcast is hosted at podcastgarden.com/podcast/smackingoff. Or find us on Google Play Music. Or on iTunes.
What players from A&M should I be on the lookout for, Muffy?
Like I said, I didn't really pay too much attention to them in the off season. I honestly, I really don't even know. When I watched them, I don't even remember the names. I was really watching.
Well, and again, that kind of is a testament to the fact that we really don't know what's going to happen with this game because A&M really has. I mean, there's not really any huge names there. Not anybody that we can point a finger out and say this guy's going to be your
quarterback. Still Mond, the Mond cat, Kellen Mond, I think.
Kelly Mond.
Yeah, that sounds
Kellen.
correct.
Kelly. What'd you say?
Kelly.
I believe.
Kelly.
Yeah, whatever.
Kelly.
Hey, I thought Trevor Lawrence was going to be dominant. I really did.
I thought he looked great.
You thought?
Huh?
I just thought he was going to be way more dominant. We'll see.
I mean, he only played, 5 drives, and we scored on all 5. So, I mean, what else do you want from the guy?
Oh, okay.
The Northwestern State Demons. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
I mean, for real. What else could he do?
It's so disrespectful to have Miami ranked at number 8. Man, that was pitiful.
Well, LSU didn't pay that much attention to that ranking.
No, they didn't.
They weren't impressed, I guess.
They were not.
And I'm really pissed off at Mark Richt for again making LSU look like a top tier program, because they're not.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm still not sold on them.
Me either.
I'm going to stand firm. I was right about Tom Herman on the show, and I'm going to stand firm about all of the shitty things that I've said about Coach Orgeron.
Did you down Tom Herman?
Oh, yeah, man. I've been talking shit about Herman since last year, since we first started the show. I've never been a fan of him.
UT Herman?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And I believe I was right.
Terrible.
Yeah, let's go and talk about that for a minute, because we have not discussed that on the show tonight. The horrible, ugly loss. Two years in a row. Tom Herman has lost 2 years in a row to one of the worst FBS teams, hands down.
Oh, hands down. Oh, easily.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call them the worst.
Yeah, I was going to say there's plenty of teams.
Okay, but yeah, they're on the bottom half. Let's go ahead and let's be honest.
Terrible.
Okay, bottom half I'll buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, bottom half.
Way down toward the bottom half.
They lost to UCF last year.
I mean, they're better than South Carolina most.
So did Auburn.
Yeah.
Auburn.
Awesome.
We're not going to talk about them, right?
Man, Auburn shocked the fuck out of me.
No, I kind of figured that. I mean, because that's practically a home game for Auburn. They had pretty much 8-1 Auburn fans in the stadium, so that was almost like playing in Jordan Hare, except for all of the crazy shit that they do to cheat down at Jordan Hare. So that's why it wasn't a 50-3 score, and it was a much closer game. They're doing some weird voodoo shit down there, and I really wish the NCAA would look into it, but I'm just gonna leave it there. But whatever.
It was a barn burner.
Yeah, but the barn didn't burn though. The barn actually
did not burn.
The barn actually they survived to live another day, and I actually think that they're a somewhat relevant program. Good for them.
I actually picked Auburn to win the SEC this year.
Okay, well this program is officially fucking over. Yeah,
SEC.
That's the wrong Tigers, Dane, and your Tigers play with the ACC. So let's just.
It's going to be out of Georgia.
Man, they're going to fucking do it.
Nah, they can't do that.
They're going to skull drag Georgia again.
Fuck no.
And
you think they're going to go?
Athens,
they're going to go to Tuscaloosa and beat Alabama,
and they're going to go to Athens and beat Georgia.
Yeah, and they're going to beat Alabama again. They're going to beat both of those guys.
Who is?
In a row. Georgia and Alabama.
Auburn?
Yes.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
You're smoking fucking crack.
No, I'm smoking a Newport Red.
He's smoking dick is what he's smoking. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
I got to come up for air.
Yeah.
I don't see Georgia losing. I really don't. Honest to God, I really don't. I think, oh man,
I don't see them losing at home to Auburn.
Are they going to squeak by South Carolina this week?
South Carolina, who's their quarterback? Bentley? God,
Jake Prius.
Jake Prius?
Jake Prius.
Oh, South Carolina.
Will Muschamp is their coach.
Prius. How droll.
Who?
Are you still naked, Dane?
I'm still naked.
Put some goddamn clothes
on. I have undies on now.
Oh, you have leggings on now?
No, undies.
Oh, I thought you said leggings. I thought you said leggings.
You mean like under?
That was such a beautiful picture in my head. In fact, just take the underwear back off and put some leggings on. And you don't have to show me a picture of it. Just
all right.
So I know that it's real.
We're doing it.
Jane, Mafileo, you don't know this, but Dane has actually pooped on air on the show.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, Dane.
Yeah, he went to the bathroom and he actually showed video of it.
You pulled a James Tatum, Dane?
No, I didn't shit on myself. My shit went into the toilet bowl, sir.
Oh.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't like one of them nasty Japanese girl videos. This was, you know what I'm talking about. We've all seen that video.
No, what are you talking about?
Nothing. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. What were we talking about?
Oh,
we're talking about Auburn winning the
South
national
Carolina.
championship again. Yeah, that old chestnut.
I think South Carolina might give Georgia a tough game this week.
I really expect a very good game over there. I expect Georgia to walk away with a win.
They do it every year. Dude, even when South Carolina is like only winning 3, 4, 5 games, they give Georgia a hard time. I don't know what it is.
South Carolina's doing very well right now. Muschamp's got those boys coached up.
Will Muschamp is the head coach?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got them rolling, man.
Yeah. It's a true story. It's going down.
I need to start paying more attention to college football.
You probably were thinking that Steve Spurrier was still coaching them.
No, I know.
They kind of wish he was
Spurrier
too.
was gone, but
I just don't believe in Muschamp. But Muschamp does not provoke any confidence in him.
He's a good coach, but man, South Carolina is such a tough place to win at. It really is.
Yeah,
there's some kind of black cloud hanging over
at the dying cockroach.
No, yeah, I mean, you're a Clemson fan. You're entitled to that, I suppose.
I didn't know it was at Willie B.
Yeah, it is.
Georgia's going to win, probably in a blowout.
I think so as well.
I expect Georgia to win that one. I don't think it'll be a blowout. I think it'll actually be a little bit of a slugfest.
What do y'all think?
Yeah, probably until the kickoff.
what do y'all think about this A&M Clemson game? I know that Mafileo's already.
I expect it to be a pretty good game.
I like I said, if our O-line can come through and maintain the clock, man, we have a chance. I really do. I think the running back, put out his name. I think his name is Williams.
If I'm not mistaken, you guys had. Did y'all have 3 running backs that got over 100 yards against Northwestern State?
I know Williams had over. He had to have like over 180 for sure.
Oh, he had 240 yards on 20 carries. He was averaging 12 yards a carry.
Oh wow!
And 3 touchdowns to boot. Yeah, 240.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns.
Now, to be fair, this was against Northwestern State, but yeah, that's those are some pretty gaudy numbers.
He's from your neck of the woods, there, Mafileo. He's from Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
His name's Travion, right?
Travion, that's his name. Travion Williams.
Yeah, he's a junior.
He's a junior?
Yes, he's a junior. He's a lowrider. He's 5'9", 200 pounds.
12 yards a carry?
12 yards.
What? Jesus.
Dang.
Yeah.
What are we going to do with that?
Well, and look, what is it? I can't pronounce the last name. It's Kwame Etwi, I believe. Had 8 carries for 83 yards, and he was averaging over 10 yards a carry too. So,
wow.
Expect a lot of run. A lot of running out of the Aggies on this game.
Oh yeah.
Well, they're going to try, but if they line up and they can't run the ball, I mean, obviously that's what they want to do. But if they line up and can't run the ball, they'll have to go to a plan B.
Yeah, and Mond.
If they have to go to a plan B, it's not going to be.
Mond, he had a respectable showing. Of course, he didn't stay in the whole entire game. They wanted to go ahead and make sure all their quarterbacks saw some playing time for this one. But he was 17 for 25, threw for 184, a couple touches. I mean. Not too bad. Respectable showing, but definitely heavy on the run.
I think Clemson.
You want to hear my fun fact of the day, guys?
Let's do it.
All right. Trevor Lawrence threw for as many touchdowns as Alabama and Clemson's starting quarterbacks Saturday. He threw for 3.
Very nice.
Interesting.
Fun fact of the day. There you go.
Thank you. I really appreciate you saying those words.
So the game will be over when number 16 walks onto the field. Mafi, that's what you got to look out for.
In other words,
blonde-haired broad.
So,
yep.
if we are going to try to tilt the scales, that's the guy we need to look for the night before and break his kneecap, a la Tanya Harding.
Oh, whoa!
Yeah, I took it there. Did y'all see that movie? Did y'all see the movie I, Tanya?
They made a movie out of that.
Oh
shit?
man, yeah, Margot Robbie. It's a good movie. It's a damn good movie. Yeah, need to see it. The lady that plays Tanya Harding's mother, she should be up for an Oscar. She was amazing. Really good movie. You need to check that one out.
Who will be the next leader?
Taj downfield, touchdown!
Will this Tiger defense be the best ever?
That's a fumble! Oh my! Vic Beasley!
How many points can the offense rack up?
What an effort! Caught, touchdown! Touchdown!
What will be the next great moment?
Stephon Anthony is going to seal this deal!
All these questions and more will be answered inside Death Valley this season. Season tickets are now on sale.
Smacking Off invites you to join us on the podcast. If you have an opinion on an upcoming game, some commentary on your conference, or want to roll with one of your fellow smackers on air, hit us up. You can message us at the Smacking Off or X's and O's Facebook pages, email me at maddenshannon@toothfairy.com, or call us on the Smack Line, 304-508-BAIT. And as always, fuck your team.
Well, let's get you guys' prediction on this game, starting with Dane. How's this going to go down?
I think, as you guys said, there's going to be a lot of running on A&M side. And I think that you'll see a lot of running on Clemson's behalf as well. I think it'll be probably, I don't know, I doubt that it'll go over 50 points. I think it'll be a pretty close defensive battle. I'm going to go, realistically, probably like 28-17, something like that.
Okay, so you're trying to get this shit right.
Yeah. He's
under 50.
He's over there got a piece of scratch paper doing his math real quick. Yeah, that was smart.
All right, Mafileo.
I hate to say this, you know what I mean, to the A&M team, but I'm going to say 38-24 Clemson.
38-24. What if they were playing your Sooners? What if Clemson was playing your Sooners?
What if it was Clemson versus Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, Clemson don't have a chance.
Clemson 45, Oklahoma 15.
I would say 31-25.
Wait, hold on. Are you an A&M fan or a fucking Sooners fan?
I'm both. I got both.
Excellent. This is the conversation we needed to have. Let's do it.
What in the fuck kind of fuckery is this?
I know, man. What kind of?
Why haven't we been talking about this shit?
Here's the master plan. The master plan is for Clemson and Oklahoma to play in round 1, and then we can have round 2 of the segment. And when would we be doing that? Late December?
Yeah. We'll be talking
man, I would love nothing else more than to fucking get to play Oklahoma again.
Of course, the SEC champions Auburn will be in the other bracket, right?
Oklahoma would love nothing more than to be able to play Clemson again, particularly in
I've been a Sooner fan longer than I've been an Aggie fan, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Well,
that's really...
Have you met Timothy yet?
Timothy Bailey.
No, I have not.
You hadn't met Timothy yet? Oh, man, he's
Get
like...
a load of that guy.
Oh, you two would love one another. Yeah, Timothy's our resident Sooner fan. He's a smart fellow, too, man. He's got some skills.
Yeah, he does some homework.
Yeah, Dane absolutely loves him. He's
Timothy's my favorite.
He is Dane's favorite.
I pay attention to Oklahoma way more than I do to Aggies. To be honest, you know what I mean?
Well, this whole segment has gotten
pay
shot to shit now. We're going to have to edit this whole part out because we can't be having all this Oklahoma.
You want to hang up and you want to hang up on them and record an intro?
Should we? What kind of dog is that?
Can we bring the dog on?
That sounds like the dog from Silence of the Lambs. Precious.
Oh, that's probably me, man.
I got your dog, mister. He's hurt real bad.
Man, you have no
idea. You don't know what pain is.
I want to beat these people up so bad, man. The dog is so loud.
What kind of dog is it?
It's you know them little ankle biting dogs like You know, like on that Taco Bell commercial.
Chihuahua.
He's
Chihuahua.
an ankle-biting terrier.
Oh shit! Not them Chihuahuas. Chihuahuas are hell on wheels.
Yeah, they do.
I'm not a fan.
They got little man syndrome.
Yeah,
they're dog syndrome.
They're schizophrenic as fuck too.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Little bastards.
Yeah, they are. They're what would they be? They would be shit. They would be the Lane Kiffin of the dog universe.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so man, we hope that Dane's prediction is closer to the reality of it, because the game has a lot of potential. I mean, just the fact that Clemson's traveling to College Station, and I don't think they've ever done. This may be their first meeting ever.
No, we played there about 14 years ago, I think.
You were at that game, weren't you?
No, I went to the game at Clemson the next year.
Damn, I didn't become an A&M fan until 05.
07, so I guess we played, I think it was 06 we played at A&M, and we got fucking blasted. So
04?
Well, that was before the beginning of the Sweeney dynasty.
Yeah,
Dennis
04, 05. You're right.
Dennis Franchione was the head coach.
That was
I played
that
for
was
his
after
son.
the Bear reversal.
Who
played
was
for his son.
was that Tommy Bowden at Clemson?
Man, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
Hey, we'll have none of that here.
That was Tommy Bowden.
The Bowden family is well respected and well revered here on Smacking Off the podcast.
I like Bobby.
Oh, Bobby's a GOAT.
Yeah, Bobby is
man.
GOAT.
Bobby is the GOAT. Except for Dabo's the GOAT.
What about Terry?
Ooh, I like Urban Meyer. Oh, Dane, I like Urban Meyer.
Man, I'm not even going to get into Urban Meyer. He's cost me some friendships here lately.
Really?
73 and 8 over the last 6 years.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds great, but it don't compare to Dabo.
Oh, it's
over the past 6 years.
I know 2 wins.
Dabo over the past 6 years. Go ahead.
If Ohio State is able to actually pull it together,
what is it?
Oh, go ahead.
It was bad.
And Dabo has beaten him twice head to head in the past 6 years.
How does Saban stack up in the last 6 years?
Saban is the same record as Urban Meyer the last 6 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, whatever, man. Okay.
Saban will have more wins this year, though. 3, at least.
Did you see the meme floating around that? Was it Jim Harbaugh has lost 9 of his last 18 games?
Really?
Yeah. And Saban.
Oh, yes, that is incredible.
Is that for real?
Yeah. And Saban has lost 9 of his last 100 games.
Yeah.
That is so incredible.
Yeah,
it is.
9 of 18.
They're paying him a lot of money.
They really are.
He's the highest paid coach in college football, is he not?
Yeah.
Or does Saban have him beat out?
I think Saban's
Nobody
got
gets
something
paid more than Jimbo Fisher.
Yeah, I think he's got. We've talked about this on the show. He's got like some kind of safety in his contract that if somebody gets paid more, then he gets like $1 more than they do, or some shit like that.
Yeah, Saban makes $11 million a year,
or $11 million in one.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
but Harbaugh's got a lifetime contract.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna find out about that toward the end of the season. I can assure you that. That seat is so fucking hot right now. He did not look good against Notre Dame. Of course, we're talking about a good Notre Dame team, but this is again they're paying him to lead Michigan to the national championship.
They're paying him to do sleepovers
pretty much
at kids' houses.
Yeah, there is that.
Holy,
he loves the kids. He loves the kids as much as he loves his own boogers.
Yep. On that note,
Do you guys have any predictions for the Final Four playoff?
Ooh, I do.
Go ahead.
Well.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm ready. Go ahead, Dane.
All right.
You
Clemson,
want to go ahead and end this here?
number 1. Fucking Alabama, number 2.
Hold on. Now you said Auburn's going to win the conference.
Yeah.
Hey man, that don't make a fuck.
Happened
okay?
last year.
Alabama still creep in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
We pay
At
everybody.
number 2, no less.
Yeah.
Okay.
At number 2.
Because they don't want Clemson and Alabama to play in the first round. So
Yeah, because we saw how that went last year.
check me out.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That just don't.
Yeah, it's just
that
not
don't
good
work out.
TV, is it?
Right.
Yeah.
So then Oklahoma, number 4,
Mm-hmm.
and Auburn, number 3.
So the SEC is going to go ahead and return 2 teams to the.
Oh, you're crazy.
I don't think that'll happen. I really don't.
I think so, man. It's going to happen. Why not?
Well, first off, Alabama and Auburn have to face each other in the regular season.
You're crazy if you think Auburn's in it.
Alabama's going to win that game because it's in Tuscaloosa.
Auburn will have 3 losses.
You think so?
Yep.
I think Auburn finishes with 1 loss. But they're not
3 losses? Who are they going to lose to?
LSU, Georgia, Alabama.
LSU, Georgia, and Alabama. There you go.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be LSU, though. Georgia and Alabama, and I'd have to look at the schedule.
They really want vengeance for that.
They got to go to Starkville.
That LSU loss last year really took the wind out of Auburn.
Come on, man. Mississippi State? No way.
Man, dude, we're talking about Gus Malzahn. I mean, he's a perpetual 8 or 9 win.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, man, he finally won an opener.
He did
How
do
long
that.
had it been?
He won a big opener too. That was a hell of a game. I actually enjoyed watching that. Well, it was okay. There were spots it was kind of dull, but good defensive struggle.
I like
it.
Does anybody have
I do
Ohio
too.
State in their 4?
No, I really don't. Primarily because I really think this whole the Urban Meyer thing is kind of going to be a little bit demoralizing for the program coming down the stretch, and I think that there'll be that one inexplicable loss that they shouldn't have.
Wait, hold on, Shannon. Why would it be demoralizing, though?
It would be demoralizing because Ohio State fans half expect that they're going to be in the playoffs year in and year out.
Don't get mad, but I don't have Bama in the Final 4.
Okay, I'm not mad about it.
Ooh.
I mean, you're wrong, but I'm not mad about it.
What you got?
I have in no order, but this is my 4: Georgia, Clemson, Oklahoma, and Ohio State.
Fair enough.
I don't know about Georgia, man. They're suspect as fuck.
Georgia lost a lot of players.
I don't think winning against Penn State's going to be a quality win this year for Ohio State.
No, they're not.
I'm sorry, I'm just throwing that out there.
Dude, oh my God.
Yeah.
Ohio State has the best D-line in football.
Maybe.
Who?
We're going to find out when they play without their head coach against TCU coming up
their D-line
next week.
Didn't look that great against Oregon State, giving up 31 points.
Dude.
Damn, that's very true.
I guess you don't read Sports Illustrated.
Man, both are so fucking
No, that's
dominant.
fake. That's fake news. Hashtag fake news.
All right, man. Fuck you guys. We're hanging up on you.
I'm out.
Well, Mafia, we can still talk to each other. Fuck
you
these guys.
You can.
All right, later.
Bye.
Bye.
Please subscribe to our channel by clicking the small smacking off icon at the top of the screen now. Click the link at the bottom of the screen to watch last week's episode.